Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you a triangular box. I've used the beautiful All My Love DSP, the beautiful stamp set from Forever Lovely, and these little hearts are from the Be Mine stitched framelets. It's all part of one suite. It's the All My Love suite. And I just thought they're perfect for Valentine's Day. You could fill them with Hershey's Kisses or any other little chocolates and goodies. It's about, 5 inches in height. So it's a good height, but obviously it's not going to be a massive size inside in terms of width because of it being triangular. But isn't it just darling? I just love it. So I'm going to show you how to make it. So to start off with, I've lost my scoring board. That's very random. Oh no, it's here. How bizarre, just suddenly disappeared. So you need a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is 3¼ inches by 7 inches. So to start off with, on the short side, the 6¾ we're going to score at 1¾ inches. And then we're going to take it off the scoreboard and do some stamping. So I've put my scoreboard on the floor. If I forget where it is, you can remind me. So I've got these beautiful collection of hearts here. And I'm actually going to do the opposite this time. So I'm going to stamp with Lovely Lipstick, because I think that is such a bright, beautiful colour. So I'm literally using this now as my base. If you recall from my Vibrant Vases box that I did a very similar thing where I used the score line as my base, and then I'm just simply going to ink and stamp, and I'm quite happy for them to overlap here, and just go along the bottom, doing exactly the same thing all the way along. There we go. Give that a good clean because that Lovely Lipstick is really bright. I think I got that everywhere then actually. Pop that to one side. So we're going to come back. Yes, I've remembered it's on the floor. Back with my scoreboard and my stamped image. And on the long side now, we are going to score at 2, 4 and 6 inches. That's it. Did that go straight? Yes. So again, I forgot to give you them in centimetres, do apologise. So your cardstock is 6¾ by 7 inches, which is 16.8 by 17.5 centimetres. You score the short side at 1¾ inches, which is 3.8 centimetres. You then score the long side at 2, 4 and 6 inches, which is 5, 10 and 15 centimetres. And I think that I'm probably going to have to stop filming after this one because it's going very dark. So fold and burnish all of those lovely score lines. And then the one at the bottom also. And then with your, either with a ruler or with your grid paper, you want to pop your piece of card on your grid paper or on a ruler, and then you simply want to mark the centre point. So 1, 3 and 5 inches, or 2.5, 5 and 7.5, no, wait a minute, let me try that again. Yeah, 2.5, 7.5 or 12.5 centimetres. So you've just got these tiny little marks here on the edges. We're then going to use that mark and cut the bottom into triangles. Okay. So we just use that mark to cut straight across into the 90-degree angle that we've scored previously. And then we just need to cut a small tab off here and just a small one off the top there. So that is your box, and then we just need to run some tear and tape across the side here. And then simply take the backing off and then carefully fold this into place. So I fold this right down and then line it up first to make sure you've got that nice straight edge, unless it wants to fight with you and then you struggle with it. Right, there we go. Oh my goodness, now that's completely moved. Can I? Oh yes, that was very lucky. Right, let's try again. Oh my goodness, I'm all fingers and thumbs here. Why is this not doing what I want it to? Right, there, have it. Then you can pop it down and use your bone folder to push that adhesive down on the inside. And then we simply need to make the bottom up. So again, it's sort of a case of just pick which ones. Obviously the back one goes in first. I just add a little bit of wet glue, fold one edge down, add some more wet glue and fold the top one down, and then flip it over, and then just use your bone folder or any other implement you have to hold the bottom down briefly, just to get that glue to adhere. And there's your base of your triangular box with your beautiful hearts all around the bottom. Then let me just clear a little bit of this mess up. Then we need to make our lid. So back in with the scoring board, and we need some DSP. I'm using the All My Love because I think it's beautiful. And we need our shim of Whisper White, thick Whisper White. And so on the short side, sorry, the DSP is 7 1/8 of an inch by 4 1/4, which is 9.8 by 18 centimetres. So on the short side, we are going to score at 1/2 an inch and 2 1/2 inches, which is 1 5 centimetres. We're then going to rotate and we're going to score at 2 1/8, 4 1/8, nearly on the wrong one, and 6 1/8. And then we're going to mark at, no we're not going to do it on here because I need to make it a little bit non-central, which sounds random. So if you flip your paper over, because you need to have the thin part to the right, again pop it on your grid paper, and remember that we have that 1/8. So instead of scoring at 1, you need to score at 1 1/16, and then 3 1/16, and 5 1/16. So when you score your 5.5, sorry, so it would be 5.5, 10.5 and 15.5 for the long side. Instead of doing 2.5, you're going to have to do 2.7 or thereabouts. And then you obviously then need to fold and burnish, as you would do your others. Can't see the score lines anymore. I'm hoping it's not too dark for you guys. I think you can still see quite well. Okay, so once we've done all of that, back in with our scissors. So with the very thin pieces at the bottom here, you simply want to cut them individually and cut wedges out of them. Okay, so you in effect making these into little tabs, the little ones, and then when you get to the end you need to cut the small square away. So that's how the bottom piece should look. And then if we flip it over so we can see those marks, we then need to do our triangular cutting. And again, as I say, we're going from the little score mark that you made to the centre of our score lines. And then the last one here, again we cut away with a slight wedge. So you will end up with something like this. Okay, so let's flip it over, grab my snail, and I'm just going to pop it on these thin tabs here that are just going to be folded up on themselves. And then I'm just going to use my bone folder to just reinforce that and to get the adhesive to stick. And I've just got a little excess of glue that came out there, so we'll get rid of that. And then I'm also going to put adhesive on here, but I am going to put it on my box. So again, the back of my box is here with my tab, so I'm going to put that one there. And then I'm going to wrap this around until it meets up. And again, try not to get too tacky and attached to it. But again, you need to line it all up. There we go. Give that a good press. And then you may find that you might need to trim one of the top pieces. So again, I'm putting the back one in there. Nearly forgot, need to add snail to the front two pieces on the inside. Or you can use wet glue. So pop the back one down, then that one goes in there, and this one will go over the top there. And actually I didn't need to trim this one. On the previous one I needed just to trim my triangle here because it just poked out, but this one I haven't needed to. How beautiful is that? So there is your lid and your box, which is a very good fit. It's nice and snug, that one. So to decorate it, I'm using the braided linen trim, which I'm just going to tie. And this is a real nuisance to try and tie on a triangle. I don't know if anybody's tried to do it. I mean, probably if you tried to wrap a blinking Toblerone at Christmas, because trust me, they are a pain in the bottom. Right, so I'm just going to tie a double knot here. The hardest part is making sure that that bottom piece stays tight too. So it's a little bit of a fiddle. If anybody has any tips on doing this, then please share them, because I seriously take forever doing this. Right, that's that bit done. Trim those off, and then I want a length of my Whisper White Baker's twine, which I'm just going to set over there. I have some Whisper White here, and back in with my Forever Lovely stamp set I have a big block there, don't need that one, Love You, and then there are 3 little hearts here too. So again, I'm going to stamp in Lovely lipstick, and I'm just going to stamp Love You in the centre, and then my hearts, and just stamp here and here. I'll just put the lid on that. And then I have the Be Mine stitched framelits, which I said are absolutely stunning. Look at this, look at the detail on that, isn't it beautiful? So I'm going to try, I wasn't so keen on this one, I don't know if that's going to be too big. So I went with the second size up heart here, which actually only cuts it out with a stitched edge. So just grab my big sharp, oh crumbs, that's my scoreboard gone. So pop that on there. My heart will just sit nicely on there. Run it through, and then I shall show you what I mean about the stitching. So take that out, get that out of the way. Okay, so when I remove this now, it's just stitched. And if you can see, there you go. And that, to me, is just beautiful. It's going to look amazing on card fronts, but I wanted it all cut out. So I simply used my scissors. Now, if you just cut along the perforations, it doesn't give you a very nice cut. So I literally just went a fraction inside. And yes, it is a little bit time consuming, and those that hate fussy cutting, this probably isn't for you. But I just very gently went round the inside of the perforations and just hand cut my heart, like I said, with the guidance of those beautiful stitched edges. And there I have a lovely little heart. And so now I just want to use my handheld punch to create a small hole there. I have my baker's twine here that I'm just going to feed from the back to the front. Whoops. Oh goodness, lost one end. Try again. It's because the light's going so much. Try again. Both of the ends through there, through the loop at the back. So that just goes on there. And then I just tied this. I went under the braided linen trim, or the ribbon. I've used the lovely lipstick on the other one. And then I'm trying to do this so that you can see, but obviously it's not that easy. And then I just literally tied this on wherever I wanted it to hang, shall we say. Let me just grab these out here. So that's one. No, it's not. This just isn't working for me, is it, today? Never mind. There we go. Try that way. It's a little bit back to front, but it will do. And then it's not going to hang the right way either now, is it? Oh heavens. Never mind. Let's just tie it on. I'm doing a double knot so that it doesn't come undone. Trim the edges of that Whisper White, and then I literally just dragged this along so that it sat next to the knot of the ribbon. Maybe it's a bit too long, but either way, I think they are some really cute and really lovely Valentine's triangular boxes. Hope you've liked them, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!